Hi, hello again. Season 2, What Is Stories Say? And I'm your girl, Dr. Pauline Baird, telling stories as usual. I want to tell stories about our families, our family histories, our whispered stories, our hidden, practiced, lost, and sometimes forgotten traditions. Last week, I introduced Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah, talking about the children playing the game. So watch them play again and refresh your memory.
You love the Pipe Yah?
No,
What kind of game this?
I am getting.
You think me can broke up?
No,
What kind of game this?
I am getting.
Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah?
No,
What kind of game this?
I am getting.
You think me can broke up?
Alright. You know plenty people frighten Jumbie? I frighten Jumbie? No, you Jumbie is ghost for you who don't know. Other, nebulous, ephemeral creature. Sometimes it comes in the night and frighten people, they say. How many of you were afraid of the dark when you were young? You were afraid because of Jumbie. But isn't it strange that children and adults are sometimes, most times, afraid of Jumbie, yet they're playing Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah? And then they answer in, maybe, to reaffirm themselves or to make themselves strong and say, noka, noka. We playing this thing. Is it that we're trying to make ourselves brave and playing Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah in the daytime? But I think so, you know. Because people that play Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah even in the daytime and the nighttime. Daytime, children in all the empty lots and in the yard playing Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah. And nighttime when there's moonlight night, those of you live in Guyana in the country, oh yes, when big full moon come out, time to play. All them game including Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah. We used to play this game. And sometimes this game, when they see it start, it bring out other children, whole neighborhood come out and parents watching. I asked the family, Pam Valadar's family, to play this game. Because I believe a family that plays together, stays together. Laughter is medicine, I take that. Last time we talked about these children playing, Pam was the matriarch watching on in this whole Jumbie Lef, Pipe Yah thing. I want to go a little bit deeper than that. The background of this game needs some excavating, but I don't know a whole lot about when it started in Guyana and under what circumstances. But I can say that I have some other ideas to share. I don't have any concrete evidence of when it came to be. And I suspect that this game was created as part of our African traditions. And why I say this is because of some elements in this game. That means we are enacting a cultural tradition, right? And if we don't play this game, we kill this tradition. And when the pandemic comes, we just don't lose the kids' engagement with each other. We lose our tradition. So we have to find a way to preserve, because traditions engender pride and legacies and responsibilities. You see that Pam in the corner? That watchful matriarch? You see, our games would not be in their original form because, you know, life is about growth and change. And because the things we do go through some processes where they're syncretic, they change as they go. But the evolutions don't dilute the intent of the games, right? You know, other reasons come up for the games. And I want to think of these games, when we play them, we're enacting a Creole indigeneity. We're performing the Creole indigenous of the land on which we're born, because some of our ancestors weren't born in Africa, they were born in Guyana. And they were playing games that came out of their cultural traditions. That's why I'm saying they're Creole indigenous, right? They're made for us and by us. And if we don't play these games, we lose our traditions and we lose our creativity and that authenticity. Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah? Noka noka. It is said that sub-Saharan African cultures do call and response. Call and response. And it's a pervasive pattern on democratic participation in public gatherings, in civic discourses, rituals, vocalizations and songs and chants and musical expressions. So let me go again. Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah, one person says, the group responds, no kanoka. That's exactly something that's done in African traditions. And we hear a similar pattern in Nancy's story. Nancy, Tori, Nancy, Tori. That's what we do at the before the funeral, at the wake. They do Nancy's story. We hear it. And then we hear it in Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah. What kind of gate this? I ain't gate this. You mean me can't pass? Yeah. No, kanoka. That kind of stuff. If we take it to the educational realm, this repetition and call and response helps to cement ideas and push things that we need to memorize from the short term into the long term. Sometimes people say it's rote, but I don't know about that. I know cultures that do rote when they go to schools like in America and so, they kick butts because they know how to retrieve information. It's a matter of archiving and retrieving. That's how I want to see it. Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah? Noka noka. It is said that Africans brought the call and response aspects to culture in music with them to the New World. And it's been transmitted for centuries in African communities as a cultural expression. It's done in religious observations and gatherings and sporting events and children's rhymes and so on. And in African American music, you hear it there too, like the spirituals and so on, gospel music, rhythm and blues and so on. And our little Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah, they're right inside of there with the hip hop and all them thing da, because they're in this call and response to African thing. So this thing not easy. Call and response is widely found in other parts of the Caribbean because of the transatlantic trade. It's the transatlantic slave trade, blah, blah, blah. Call and response was in work songs and play songs and those kind of formats. It's in Brazil, in Belize, Barbados, and so on, and other communities in the diaspora. You see, truth be told, people don't like to talk about Jumbie because Jumbie is ghost. It's scared and living the life. This tradition fosters an expression of dialogue, and the legacies continue today. So when Pam the matriarch is watching them, what is it she's seeing? What is it she's trying to cultivate? It is about dialogue. Maybe she's cultivating, a relationship among siblings, among the participants and the onlookers, herself as well. But let me ask you this. What if these songs and chants and call and response, things like Nancy's story and Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah, are resistance songs of the Africans? Africans weren't seen as people. And Baba Eyusi Kwayana says, the Africans who bought and made our villages, they had invented ways to retain their humanity. What if Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah was a way that they had invented to retain their humanity? Because remember, these Africans were counted as cattle. They were chattel slaves. That means they didn't consider them humans. Even when they were born into slavery, they were not considered humans. What if they were conveying messages to each other about their unique situations, their day-to-day activities? Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah? No kanoka. What that Jumbie pipe was? What was the Jumbie pipe? What if the children sing it in play songs? was a way that parents devised to groom them to be subversive and resistant. You know, the spit press was a communication mechanism among Africans. So what if they were singing Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah to hide things? What if Jumbie Lef Pipe Yah was a way of challenging the status quo of the then times? Could songs like these play songs, play vital roles in sustaining strides towards our own self-efficacy? By the way, you ever see a proper Jumbie Lef pipe? By the way, tell me, you ever see a Jumbie pipe? Let me tell y'all something. I see Jumbie pipe already, you know. I'm going to tell y'all next time. But in the meantime, type it at the bottom in the comments. Tell me if you see Jumbie pipe and what it look like. I'm going to tell y'all next time what Jumbie pipe and what it look like for me. Y'all Waak Gud. Like, comment, share. You see me sitting in front of this camera, it's me one talking, you know. So if y'all don't talk, it's discouraging to me. Y'all encourage me to talk then story this. And like and follow and share. Waak Gud.